Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special Monday cast of Action Round Zero, Twilight Struggle's biggest stage. We got this game sent to us by the greatest of all time, Ziemowit, last night because he felt that this was his last game for the regular season. And as some of you know, Ziemowit's had a rough season. He started 6-7. And of course, you need usually 13 wins and 7 losses to make the playoffs. But now he's clawed back and he's at 12-7. He's won, 6 in a row? And if he wins this one, he'll go into the playoffs, most likely. It's not 100% guaranteed, but it's likely. Whereas a loss will probably put him into the Silver playoffs, which would be quite the upset for the greatest player of all time. I'm joined today by Peter Frantz. Peter, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. A lot invested in this one for me too, because I finished the season 12-7-1, so I'm right on the cusp. Ziemowit could leapfrog me here if he wins.
Okay, so you actually want Ziemowit to lose, is that correct?
Well, but I think his opponent is ahead of me, so if he loses, then maybe I will leapfrog him. I don't know.
Okay, so we should mention Ziemowit is playing against Dmitris Katsoulas, who is in the mid-20s in the seeds for Tenerife. Good player, obviously, second highest, I think, of the Greek players right now. So good player, slightly lower rated, as you can see in the starting screen from Ziemowit, but you never know with those crazy Greeks. We've seen what George can do, for example. So, or Jorge, I should say. So you got the screen set up, Peter?
I can see it. Everything's good.
All right, let's hop in. We're going to play at slightly faster speed because this is my lunch break. And Ziemowit's got the Soviet sides and quite the starting hand.
Got his access,
but this is one of those hands where you're like, oh, I have too many events. How are you going to spread out after D-stall here? Maybe you try to hold D-stall through to turn 2. Maybe. But then you're going to have to give up CIA before all that, so then your opponent's going to see your access. Yeah, this is a tricky hand. I mean, it's a good hand. You can't complain about it, but what do you headline? Decall?
I think I'd probably, I was going to say I'd probably go with decall and try to drop Asia real quick. Risk that defectors, because we always have D-stall to fall back on if it gets defectored.
Yeah. Yeah,
CIA makes this more complicated as well, of course.
Yeah. But you also want to get NATO off before opponent can do Warsaw Pact.
Yep. Well, if he sets up for Marshall, it'll be like a situation you can't really do anything about anyway. So.
Yeah. But this is this is one of those situations where I'd love to see a good player and how they solve a tricky situation. Like, there's no given way to play this hand. So seeing how Ziemowit tackles this will be really interesting to me. I think decall is the headline.
He seems to be leaning towards it.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. Always scary. Oh, a 5-year plan. What's that going to grab? Suez. Not the worst, not the best.
All right. Yeah. Yep, I like this.
And I like Thailand for the last one. Is that crazy of me to say that? Because if opponent coups, you get the coup back. I don't know.
And you have adjacency to it also.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like that, France. You just realign that, right? I don't know.
I think so. We still have access back. It just doesn't seem that pressing to me.
Yeah. You know what? It's going to be really weird this game criticizing Ziemowit's play. That's like telling Michael Phelps how to swim.
Right. We don't have him here to defend himself and explain why his rationale is better than ours, so we'll just have to do some guesswork.
Does grab a very quick Asia Dom, though. And I guess you still have the same possibility here if I can't see Dmitris cooing Thailand here. That would be.
He could do the 2 Pakistan, 2 South Korea to stop Dom if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Which Ziemowit doesn't have any war cards for. He could, of course, coup Pakistan or something, but
Yeah.
cooing Pakistan with the China card while you're holding CIA and are already in the mid-war regions is kind of risky, though
Yeah.
you could remove
And
the
your hand's been shorted already by 5-year plan. So you
exactly.
hold just CIA until next turn, and then what if your opponent plays duck and cover, you're screwed. Although
Right.
DEFCON's still high. I mean,
yeah, DEFCON's high, and worst case scenario, you remove those ops with destall and put them somewhere else. But that's nobody wants to do that.
No. Okay. That's an interesting choice by Dmitris. Is it? I was gonna say, is it time to coup Iran there? Maybe. Too late now, but I was thinking before the spread.
Yeah. Now we only have 2 up cards to coup Iran with. I mean,
yeah. Okay, and there's a realignment. I was thinking, like, yeah, make that realignment. Oh, that's big result.
Yeah, that was a good play.
Big result by Dmitris. Perfect 2 up play.
Mm-hmm. Bad coup by Ziemowit, of course.
And now you're in that situation with Dmitris like, oh, there's no good coup target for us. How are we gonna get our mill ops?
Yeah, could risk that coup on South Africa, which probably won't work, but
Indonesia's actually, or Indonesia or Laos are good coup targets here too for mill ops.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though it's been scored, it's like a long-term thing.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm gonna show those, and then how do you feel about the Colombia play here? I never know when it's good and when it's bad. I know that sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's bad.
I mean, yeah, I don't do it very often. I don't have the opportunity like this to do it very often either, but
with high DEFCON,
doing Laos also decent here as well. Keeping DEFCON high is also a deterrent, so
yeah, that's true. Yeah, coup Lao, keep DEFCON high, so Ziemowit doesn't want to destall right now. Although, again, destalling at DEFCON 4, your opponent coups and then you get to counter coup is not. I think it's a decent way to do it. You don't want to do it at DEFCON 3, of course. That's like losing one of the countries that you went into. But doing it at 4, especially if you have the China card and ready to play it, like there's no downside. He does the Lao coup and gets a big roll.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Zima wants to give the China card, so he wants Dmitris to coup here, or he's going to coup again, of course, and then destall, which might make it prime for some realigns. AR6 if Dmitris has a card for it.
Yeah, but look also, Ziemowit needs presence in Middle East.
Yeah, that's also true.
Before this turn is over, and you want to destall or play China card. So I think I might play the China card and hold on to destall here.
CIA's out. You can definitely do that.
Yeah. Early Vietnam. Not going to be able to use the early Vietnam, but okay, moving into Pakistan makes sense.
Yeah, Dmitris doesn't want to coup, which I understand.
What is that?
It looks like Ziemowit's going to spin the China card.
Yeah,
he's going to try to even up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What happens if Dmitris realigns Iraq here? Maybe that's a stupid play. Maybe, I don't know. I just look at these boards and I'm like, oh, I don't know how to play this because it's so non-standard.
Even putting one into Iraq isn't bad.
Yeah. I mean, Ziemowit's not going to play D-stall here. There's no way, but...
No way. Yeah, I mean, Dmitris could even go to Angola here, because he knows that Ziemowit needs to take presence in the Middle East, and then get to Zaire with his AR6 play. But taking Dom temporarily is not bad, of course.
Yeah. And then you still have De Gaulle and Sokovs to try and maybe eke out of Europe, especially if DEFCON's going to stay high. Although Dmitris is probably going to coup here, otherwise he loses 2. 2 VPs to Milops. Okay, gonna space De Gaulle.
Nope, gonna space.
Okay, well you gain VPs back. Yeah, gain those. But okay, here's Sokovs, blockade and Comic-Con. That means I'm not an expert at this game, but I think there's no more red 3-ops.
Okay.
Right? We saw Suez, D-stall, Sokovs, Comic-Con. Oh, there's Warsaw. Warsaw, of course.
You see Warsaw?
Yeah, no, we didn't see Warsaw yet, so I am bad at this game. Keeping track of cards anyway when I don't have it in front of me. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say Dmitris is... Oh, that's a big roll. Dmitris is probably holding Nasser here, right? Otherwise he wouldn't have headlined that.
Yeah, well, Ziemowit wasn't going to get Dom either way, but yeah. What do you do here?
Oh, that's true.
Don't have any good Q targets.
No, but 2 VPs
also.
I mean, getting him out of just getting 1 out of South Africa is worth it here. And with a 2-op, a 5 is enough, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's why I really liked the idea of AR5 last turn of putting 1 into Angola.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna make a big roll.
Oh my goodness.
Almost.
I don't like that at all because D-stall is... He knows D-stall's coming anyway, so like even if you get that huge roll on Panama, it doesn't do anything. In that case, South Africa's better because that keeps Ziemowit from the free spread into Angola.
I think that would have worked in South Africa too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yes, it would have. It was a 3, right? So it's 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets 1 out.
Oh boy.
Wins the 4 with the 6. Bad feeling. Bad feeling.
Yep.
Now, how do you feel about IP war here? Nope. We get the result right away, or the answer right away.
Yep. And it's a good answer for Ziemowit. This is starting to look like a runaway.
Yeah.
He still has D-stall in hand.
Yeah.
No Europe.
Slow playing D-stall. Slow playing a known D-stall. That's when you know you're doing well.
Yeah.
Okay, Dmitris wisely flips that right away, but I think you just take India here and you're feeling really good about Asia, right? Because we haven't seen Korean War yet, so you can just...
What would you take India with?
Sokovs.
You could potentially stop Europe Dom if you headline that.
Yeah, I'd rather not I wouldn't hold that. I would hold Marshall. Because we haven't seen NATO. We haven't seen... There's no...
I think we did see NATO.
Oh, is that the first coup? That was the first coup. That's right. But I don't know. It's so easily dodged. Only 50-50 that you get it. And he might... okay, there's Europe.
There it is.
Yeah. And he's still going to do it. Okay. I think I would have liked to take India there. I think... Especially with Europe scored, but maybe that's the long-term play that...
This could be like 5D chess, like Ziemowit's thinking that maybe Dmitris is waiting for Marshall Plan to show up, but no, Ziemowit actually has Marshall Plan, so...
Yeah.
He's going to fill it right up. Nope, not going to fill your France. get into India. Okay.
Okay.
I think this is all fine.
All makes sense. Conservative plays.
Normally, I'd go ahead and take Zaire, but with CIA out, it's safe. I mean, Dmitris could poke now and maybe get Zaire next.
Yeah, flipping Angola here is
Next turn, but
strong, but not when you only have Romanian abdication.
yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, that had to be overprotected. That's right.
Oh, De Gaulle,
And
Purge.
getting IP war back too.
Getting IP war back, yeah.
So opponent's got what? Warsaw Pact, Truman, I think, and
We've seen defectors.
no. Yes. No. We have not seen defectors. And Nasser, I think he's still holding as well. He's been holding it since turn 1,
Yeah.
I believe. De Gaulle makes a lot of sense here, but big chance it gets defected, right?
I think so.
I think either way, you're not going to let your opponent coup Angola here.
Right.
But I guess it forces the 4-op play, and then he can take India. Oh.
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 That's also good.
Yeah.
For Ziemowit.
Yeah. That. Does that need to be a 4-op, though? Can we save the 4-op? Oh, taking India as well. Yeah, of course. Oh, in Korean War, he's got to. Which I'm assuming he's going to space, thinking that robs Ziemowit of Mill-ops, but Ziemowit does have Indo-Pak War instead.
Yep.
So this is a pretty straightforward turn now. I guess the question is, do you space Marshall or do you event it? I think you space it, right?
Probably.
You could do the thing where you fill Greece and Turkey with it, but
right now he doesn't have access to Greece.
Yeah,
like that's
with a little
a
prep
waste
work.
maybe.
I guess we're spacing anyway, and we can break UK with special relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's the better way.
Yeah,
but then we don't space at all. Okay, he took Greece, so now I think we just take Turkey.
Yeah.
But now it's almost like Marshall Plan is even more lucrative.
Yeah, with those 2 stabs filled. Do want to take India here at some point.
If I'm not mistaken, he does have Truman. So not putting one in East Germany here. Unless he plays Warsaw, of course. Yeah, Warsaw's probably coming. I think Ziemowit wants Dmitris to fill India here. I think he's feeling too. He's feeling good about his roles right now.
Yeah, he has good reason to. A lot of 6s. Well, there's Japan. Okay, I was gonna take Korea and space Korean War.
Yeah.
Okay. Still no.
All right, Peter. The big question here: when you event Indo-Pak, do you put it on India or Pakistan here?
Oh man, with these rolls, as we said, let's do Pakistan. Let's do it. He'll probably do India, but I like taking the risk.
You get the 2 VPs anyway.
Yeah.
And then it's 5-6 or 6-6. So I don't know. You're doubling. What is it? You're doubling your chance. That's really low of getting 1 more VP or 2 more VPs. Sorry.
But you also get a Dom out of it if it's successful.
But you also get a Dom out of it. I think I would go Pakistan too. This is yeah, I'm no statistician. I play all my Twilight Struggle playing is by gut only, which is why I make a lot of mistakes. Okay.
I feel like that defectors
Oh, it
was...
did not matter.
Doesn't matter.
It
Does
went
not
by so
matter.
fast, but I think it was a 2.
Yeah.
Definitely
Was it?
wasn't a
It was
5.
also India, wasn't it? Or was
No,
it
it was
GG?
Pakistan. It was
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Okay. It was a blur for me.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna let him event it. I think I like
He's
breaking
also
EK
not going
there.
to... Or, well, spacing Marshall first. I mean, or even spacing special so he doesn't get to space again. But he probably knows his whole hand at this point.
Yeah, it's
He's
Nasser,
a
Nasser and Truman.
Nasser. Yeah.
No, I'm missing one. Warsaw Pact. We never saw Warsaw Pact.
We might have seen Truman. I don't remember for sure. I know we didn't see Nasser.
We're crippled by our
I don't think
card
we...
counters, Peter.
Yeah. There's
When
Truman.
we play
Yeah, it was
naked,
there.
it's like there's the.
Yeah.
I finally have another guy who lives in the same city as me who plays Twilight Struggle, Ulf Didogger. He's in ITSL as well. And we played a couple of times on the board now, and he says, you know, Anton, it really is a skill to be able to, UN, that was the other one, to be able to do the card counting in your head. And I kind of agree with him. So I
Yeah.
feel naked when I play with him because I don't play with my card counter. But we have a competitive game coming up in Nordic League. I'm like, man, I really need my card counter for this. I don't know how I'm going to convince him to play with one.
Yeah. Oh boy. So he UN'd
He and Nasser, I think.
Nasser.
Yeah, there is Warsaw Pact. So we did see Truman.
Yeah.
Which is probably why Dmitris, or why Ziemowit came up Marshall too. Because he knew the UN thing wouldn't matter. Although, as you know, Ziemowit also doesn't play with a card counter.
Seems like the best of the best are just good at that. But
yeah.
Not me. I need my handicap. Oh boy.
Oh goodness.
South America turn 4.
Oh goodness. Did we
unless
just win
VOA
here?
shows up here.
Yeah.
We will bury you, South America, Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Lone gunman if you wanna.
Yeah,
but
and
no,
where
I
does
think I like
Demetrius
we
get
will
his
bury.
VPs from? Yeah, you know what?
Middle East.
I think I like We Will Bury You headline and then Gunman. Just to see what's coming. Because then if VOA is coming, you can overprotect Venezuela.
Yeah.
But that's the greedy me saying. Maybe. But there's no big like VPs for Dmitris here. There's space.
Yeah. Okay. Well, ABM is a good one for him.
Yeah. But now Ziemowit's going to be able to counter it. Oh my goodness.
Would have gotten into... Oh. And Africa.
And Africa, all the colonials is going to make that tougher because we don't have... Sorry. Sorry about that. I'll cut that out. We don't have the... Oh my god, it's coming back. No. Nope, it didn't happen. We don't have... After that VOA, how are we going to get South America high enough? And how are we going to protect Africa after the colonials? Especially when
no 6 for that coup. Now we just need to stack it up in there, I guess. One up in Africa, make sure that we retain presence.
One more in Venezuela, come on. Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
One more in Venezuela, please.
Also.
Oh, that is the kind of hand that Dmitris needed here.
Yeah.
Protecting against VOA and colonials at the same time is tough here. But okay, he's choosing to. I guess that makes sense because Dmitris has Africa. He doesn't know about South America.
Hmm.
But I think if I'm Dmitris here, what I think what I would do is take out of Chile and Argentina and Nigeria.
Yeah.
Does
I
that
was going
make
to say the same
sense?
thing. Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. Um, Now you're risking that Ziemowit doesn't have Allende. He can just come right back in there, but it still seems
Yeah.
pretty good.
But that coup, that ABM coup is absolutely devastating for Dmitris. That's
Yeah, he should have gone to Argentina with it. I don't understand why he went to Venezuela. He would have gotten in, one op in, one influence in.
yeah. You always think ABM's gonna roll a six though, right?
Yeah,
I guess I'm
but he
honestly
could have moved into Chile too.
yeah. Yeah. Hmm. I don't see the game ending on this turn. I think
No.
Rob, if I was Ziemowit, I would probably be looking at playing the China card and getting rid of Nixon here, and just getting a couple more VPs
Yeah,
from Southeast Asia.
yeah,
But
I'm with you
but
on
how
that.
do you have? We're gonna run out of ops here for all of the things that we need to do after VOA and after Colonials. This is a tense moment in this game.
Yeah, I'm really curious where this VOA is going to go. I liked the Nigeria and then bottom half of South America, but
But that's so much easier to say when you when you have
yeah, sure.
what were the other cards? There was VOA, Colonials, and Africa. Don't remember right now.
Yeah, those are the ones I locked onto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and he goes for
Yep.
exactly what we said.
I don't like Angola for obvious reasons, but I guess he wants Ziemowit to fill it, and then he'll just spend Portuguese. But not again. I think I would have done
Yeah.
maybe even Indonesia with it.
And why not the other way there for two in South Africa and one in Angola? And then if he flips Angola, you can just realign it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way,
Ziemowit put two in
there's just
Angola, one in South Africa.
yeah. There's not going to be a lot of VPs. Oh, because of colonials, of course. Of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. This makes sense. So I guess Ziemowit's banking on having three battlegrounds to Demetrius' two, but no one scoring more than one in Africa here.
yeah.
East European unrest U2. So he does have a lot of three ops to flip countries.
We could drop our scorings here too, but I think I like spending the China card this turn, like you were saying.
Yeah. How about this? How about I'm assuming Demetrius is going to play. Demetrius should play
Colonials.
Colonials here. Can we set up a double threat of Africa and South America, where we place one into Colombia?
Well,
Yeah,
we could. Okay. Ziemowit knows what he's doing here.
I was thinking
Setting up the Africa threat.
instead of the Indonesia one, put one in Colombia. So you take, because then opponent's going to coup Cameroon, right? And then you score South America.
Why did neither of those colonial ops go into Zaire or I mean he could have realigned, I guess, but
Yeah,
threatening the flip there seems pretty good.
the Indonesia is curious. I mean, it is powerful to try to flip that, but maybe he's thinking of future shuttle or Formosan. You can maybe get squeak out a dom in Asia, but I think.
Yeah.
But I think the double threat of Africa and Colombia. I think if you put one in Cameroon and one in Colombia, Dmitris is absolutely going to coup Cameroon, right? And then you get
Yeah.
another 4 VPs out of South America. Or is it 3? Maybe it's
Z, I
3.
guess, just wants
Yeah,
he
he gets
wants
this
to
extra
get the
the extra
point
mill
for
up. Yeah, yeah,
extra mill up, but also the point for Southeast Asia since that's in his hand.
yeah. But now we're not going to get the extra points out of South America, is what I was saying. Like, Dimitris
Yeah.
does
No, I get
control.
that. Yeah.
We're going to run out of
What is
action rounds here. So Dimitris
how many more?
can play into Sahara
How,
States and Sudan, and then score
how
it
many
for
more
even.
points is the Dom in South America? Is that just 2 more, or
I
is
think
it
it's 3 more, isn't
3?
it? It's one. It's 2, 5, 6 on the card. I think.
Okay.
Like, don't like that.
That doesn't even.
No, that should have
Yeah, that
been
doesn't even
that should have
stop
been
Dom.
Saharan and Sudan, but
Yeah.
Ziemowit's going to be really lucky here if he gets Colombia off. Well, now he might get Colombia off actually if Dimitris grabs one more African country. No, because then so then Dimitris places into Sahara States here, and we place into Zimbabwe and Colombia, and then we get one of those at
Yeah.
least.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, I think
There you go.
Demetrius misplayed this. Maybe there's something I'm not thinking about, but I felt like this play could have happened a lot earlier, and that one instead of Mexico should have absolutely gone Sahara States.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Z did get the extra point from, or potentially 2 points from Indonesia, so that was pretty important. And he was able to get his Africa Dom or South America Dom probably here, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it worked out pretty well for Z. Still up 13 or 14 after Africa
Yeah.
gets scored here.
Yeah. And that one in Mexico is a liability now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen a more obvious coup target.
Yeah.
And you
also
have
have
a pretty
Fidel,
good hand
so
for cooing. Goodness. Okay.
yeah, good hand for rolling the dice with that brush war too.
Italy brush.
Italy brush is good for sure.
Yeah. Italy brush, flower power coup, Mexico. Okay, junta is
Okay.
useful.
Definitely want to go Italy here, I think.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, just missed.
Yeah. There's not a single battleground where 3 would have helped though. So.
Right.
Oh, Algeria, I guess. No, Tunisia is there.
No. Oh, big roll. That's useful.
Yeah. Event Fidel here.
I would think so. I'm also curious about filling Israel to stop the Middle East Dom. Or do that. Threaten Muslim.
Yeah, that works.
That's why Z is a better player than me. I wouldn't have thought to poke there, but that always seems to deter people who haven't seen Muslim. You don't know where it is.
Yeah. Looks silly though if he's got it in his hand, is about to space it.
That's true, yeah. Would you event Che here? I mean, he might try to take central dom.
Yeah, I would just wait for the central dom attempt and then coup Guatemala and I guess Ivory Coast or Tunisia probably
Yeah,
better. Yeah, Tunisia's better.
get those rail lines on Algeria.
And access to
Also want to make sure to
Libya.
get into yeah, yeah, in case Muslim does show up. Okay, well, he's not afraid of Muslim,
Yeah.
so okay. Well, Brush War's been played. I think Special is also in the discard, if I'm not mistaken. So NATO not hugely consequential at the moment. Yeah, Dmitris also has to get his mill ops, so that'll give Che another target whenever he does coup.
Yeah.
And okay. Yep. And I always get realigned out so quickly from Cuba. Is that the JR syndrome or whatever?
Here it
Let's
comes.
see. Let's see. Ah.
Almost.
Ah.
All right, and now we're going to see the Haiti coup, and then Che, right?
Then Che.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Africa coup
Ooh,
now.
5.
Oh boy, it's a big roll. Yeah. We get Dom back if we get a decent Che roll in the African non-battleground. We know he's using it here at some point. Doesn't want to give OAS, probably space puppets.
So, oh,
Oh
giving
boy, it's
Allende.
not a card you want to give.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get some big ones.
Okay.
Almost.
80. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he'd spend that in Africa, but I guess Haiti makes sense too. Even if you
Oh, there
miss,
goes
you
Middle
knock
East.
some out.
It is starting to look kind of tough to see.
I feel your pain.
Yeah. It's tough to see Demetris's comeback here. He'll survive to the late war, and as we all know, anything can happen in the late war. But yeah, for me, it's with the big. I mean, I guess grains is still out there. Um, it's tough to see how we like what plan we have to get back into this. I guess an IP war flips Asia. Uh, could maybe get lucky in Central and get a dom off there, but it's only 2. Um, yeah, we need to get the
Hope could do something to get things started in Europe, but there's
yeah,
a lot of work to be done there.
yeah. I mean, Ask Not could be the big savior too, depending on what kind of cards he gets there. But
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely be holding Ask Not to till the reshuffle since all the bad scorings are gone.
yeah, oof.
Oh, man. Wait, why not space that?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
I'm I'm confused.
Yeah, I. What does that say?
Holding Ask Not in something? I mean,
Blockade.
blockade was not evented, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't
No, but
understand
you
that.
just space that no matter what. Like that was never the best
Yeah,
way to do that.
exactly. I don't
You get two
understand that
VPs
play.
for spacing too. Uh, yeah, that's a sad Suez.
Yeah. Huh.
Ooh, do you event that or do you coup with it? That's an interesting choice I haven't considered.
Yeah, I think you get the coup anyways. I'd probably event it.
Yeah. But it lets your opponent get rid of cards. I guess it depends
Right.
how blue the deck is. I don't really know how blue the deck is. I mean, this is obviously a good hand to be bear trapped with, but oh, misses one. Okay.
When you miss, also, that makes it worth it.
Yeah. Okay, so now you take Mexico, maybe? No, I don't
Hit
know.
the dom there.
You got to get into
Might
South
even
America
go.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh
don't know what's
man,
still
what can we
around.
break? What can we do? No, we have to take the coup first and then see what happens.
Yeah.
Um, by we, I mean Dmitris, of course. Uh, what's the plan here? Ziemowit's gonna have a sad hand after this.
Yeah.
Test ban and 5-year plan AR7, but then giving up Sadat doesn't matter, but it's a 1-op, Summit 1-op, and OAS.
OAS is what you 5-year plan that, right?
No, he was short-handed, so if he wants to hold on to the China
Oh,
card,
you're right.
he doesn't get to do that.
That's true. Well, we haven't seen cultural, so maybe he doesn't care so much about the China card, or maybe he'll play that first or something.
Yeah.
Dmitris clearly at a loss himself.
Yeah.
Hard uphill climb here. Going for influence.
Okay, grabbing that dom. Oh, misses another one. Okay. Okay. This is how you get back into a game
You
against
go for
Ziemowit.
Cuba here?
I mean, if you have it, yeah. I think so. Oh, but you still have to get a coup in. You have to get a coup in, and then you have to grab it with
Yeah.
5 ops. You're not going to have time to,
Yeah.
but having breaking it is breaking it. Broke. What's the word? Having
Broken.
broken. Can't even talk. Having broken Cuba there really helps. That's 2 more VP, so that's a 4-op now, or 4 VP.
Yeah.
But I
Well, I
think
guess we're not 5-year planning OAS regardless, so.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, just gonna
Yeah. And
get those score
another
points.
fail.
Oh,
My
and he misses
goodness.
again! I can see why Z said this was an entertaining match.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
with the kind of lopsided rolls and stuff, the bear trap. Those sixes keep coming, so at least they're consistent.
Oh my God. Can you imagine your playoff status being on the line? And then you have a great position and then you just miss one by one by one. Like Dimitri's
Yeah,
should coup Zaire here, right? Or
I would think
Brazil.
so.
Oh man, what do you do?
I
Flipping
think I would go. I
yeah.
think I'd go Zaire here, and then we can overprotect Nigeria. Oh, there's one more.
Oh, imagine if that. Oh, sorry. I was thinking he was right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. And he got,
All right, and Z gets out. There we go.
yeah, and has a bunch of 1-ops and has to give it. Oh, yes, no. Ah, okay.
So now we overprotect Nigeria if we can, and nope, can't do that. I guess Z only has 1-ops, of course. Not going to make a
Yeah.
difference. He is spending China.
I think you're right. He knows that Usuri's gone or in discard. Nixon's gone and removed. And cultural's coming. So
Hold OAS. Sadat is meaningless right now.
yeah. Space in the 2.
Okay.
If Dimitris, if you watch this, could you tell us what you were holding when you played decall? I'm trying to understand what it was.
Yeah,
One was
yeah.
probably
I mean,
blockade, was
but
it?
like you said, it didn't
Okay.
matter because he could have spaced it anyways. It wouldn't have
Yeah.
made any difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand. And Ziemowit opts to hold on to OAS, probably for Argentina access there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, don't write that, Ziemowit. Then you're telling your opponent what you had. Oh, probably gonna
But you're holding.
say it
He's gonna
after the
know.
reshuffle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing a little check there.
There's Kennedy for ooh. It's a 3.0 pack. He does get
Yeah.
cultural.
Hmm. Oh man. This is the
Opponent
kind of
has Team
position
Europe,
where
right?
if I was playing this game, this is when I would start blundering. Like have a great position, but a bit of an awkward being stuck in bear trap for 3 turns and losing essentially
Yeah.
or 3 ARs and losing essentially a whole turn. And you start looking at like, okay, I was up 16 VPs at some point, and I'm at 8, and I know the U.S. is favored in the late war, and yeah, I mean, Libs feels like the best headline for sure, but have we seen defectors?
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay.
It's like turn 3 or something.
I think yeah, we have some.
Okay.
This is always
That's interesting.
interesting. I,
Yep.
I don't love um, eventing that and headlining that.
Yeah, because he just does this
Yeah.
instead of cooing right away.
Yeah, unless you have like We Will Bury You on UN or something like that, then it's really nice to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But now
I
what?
think those would both have to be redraws.
Yeah. Um, but maybe he's thinking this is how he gets back into South America, and if he gets okay, that's
Does
actually
that give him Asia Dom?
not Asia Dom,
That
but
gives him
Middle
Middle
East
East.
Dom. And if he grabs 1 or 2 more countries, then he does have Asia Dom.
Yeah.
Um, oh, he needs Japan as well, of course. It's 2-2 right now.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Central's an interesting choice there. I That signals he redrew Central, right? Otherwise, you coup into South America.
Probably. Yeah, I think I would have gone for Brazil or Venezuela. So he doesn't have a card to completely fill it. He wants to event OPEC and cultural. Hmm. But this race just means that Dmitris isn't queuing anywhere else.
Yeah,
And of course, he has to drop that.
yeah.
The subs wasn't all that effective, I don't think.
No, but looking at his, maybe you can headline Europe scoring instead.
Was John Paul around? Oh,
Uh,
that's also gross.
yeah, John Paul is coming. He probably has it.
Yeah. I mean, if we haven't seen it, he is holding it. I don't know. I
Yeah,
might have
that's
thought
also a
about
good
doing
headline.
something in Europe.
That's a good point.
Oh, big miss.
Yeah. Now everything's
Yeah,
kind of
this
going
seems like
Ziemowit's way.
Central is definitely on the docket here, but
So we need
gave up
I'm,
Africa the
I'm talking
process.
from Demetris's point of view here. We need a big. I don't know how we get back into this, with, Asia and shuttle, or 12 with OPEC. Do you event Willie here? I like eventing Willie here.
I think so.
Just
With
an
the
extra
scoreboard,
BP.
yeah, just try to get to the...
Even with Europe scored, no. Okay, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
A distinct
Can you
lack
get
of
another coup
spacing
off
in this
here?
game. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It's not that they're
Just
missing
the
on space,
world.
they're just not spacing so much.
Yeah, especially decall. Event decall instead of space. It's still...
Yeah.
Oh, man, another one, too. Those are...
Oh, and there's war games.
Well...
And a really, really terrible hand for Ziemowit, except for one card.
I think I'd event Ortega here. See if we can drop
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. That's what you do, because you don't have to coup with it.
You could also do Quagmire, I guess. It's the same, essentially the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be GG.
Yeah, there's no way out of it. That's
See what? Just coup. Huh?
What the?
Just coup.
Oh wait. No. Yeah, he's under Quagmire, so there's no way for him out. Yeah. That play actually makes sense if he's not Quagmired. Just to get out of one, in case there's like a terrorism or something taking war games, but that's not going to happen. So.
And this time he gives up decall. Okay,
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
GG. Well, Ziemowit has jumped past me.
Yeah. Very interesting game, even though it felt a little bit like a steamroller, or not a steamroller, but Ziemowit was clearly in the lead the whole time. But a lot of interesting moments. I'm really glad Ziemowit sent this in to us, even though it wasn't like a nail biter. I learned something from this game. I learned a lot from this game, actually. Yeah, some good plays by Ziemowit. Dmitris put up a really good fight. Congratulations to Ziemowit for making the playoffs. Like we said, he was close, very close to not making the playoffs. Thank you, Peter, for joining me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Any closing thoughts on this game?
No, I agree, though. It was really interesting. Even though it felt kind of one-sided, it was a unique experience, and that, just you learn a lot whenever Ziemowit's playing. So,
yeah.
And Dmitris, too. He, like you said, he gave some good moves, some interesting perspectives.
Yeah. So this is going to put Ziemowit, I think, at 13-7, which should put him in the playoffs. And it should put Dmitris at... what is that?
10-6-1, I think.
10-6-1, yeah. Which I think is still above Ziemowit. I'm not sure about the percentages there, but maybe they'll play again in the playoffs, and we'll get to see another game between them. I hope to see you there too, Peter. Right now,
I'm hoping.
If the standings hold, I think you and I would play in the playoffs. I don't think it's going to stay like that, but our seeds... I think would put us up against each other. So that'd be
exciting.
Yep. Anyway, that will be all from me, Anton Skott, and Peter Frantz. Thank you for watching Action Round Zero again, as always. So this is a little special cast that we're going to release right away because we want to put this up before the game is announced in the chat. So I might be in the chat watching with you guys. And if not, hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you on Saturday. We have finally, people have been asking, Justin Abramson, when is he coming back to ARZ? What is this like Swedish and Turkish and non-Justin Abramson casting? So finally, we're going to have Justin do a really fun game from the Polish League. We were also highly recommended. So that's going to be on Saturday, the 10th. Is that the 10th of May? Yes, the 10th of May. We'll have Justin. So don't miss that one. But for now, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
I heard a young father, a very prominent young man in the entertainment world, addressing a tremendous gathering in California. It was during the time of the Cold War, and communism and our own way of life were very much in people's minds, and he was speaking to that subject. And suddenly, though, I heard him say, I love my little girls more than anything, and I said to myself, oh no, you can't, don't say that. But I had underestimated him. He went on, I would rather see my little girls die now, still believing in God, than have them grow up under communism and one day die